and light comes on now. All right, gang, we're going to try this. I'm having all kinds of technical difficulties this morning, and YouTube is saying that the stream isn't strong enough right now, which is really driving me crazy. But please let me know if you can hear everything okay, and hopefully you can. Hopefully you can. All right. So let me just adjust this. Again, pardon for being a little bit late this morning. My problem, not yours. And I see a lot of people have already donated. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. We're going to get going today. I'm going to be playing lots of different guitars, and there's a reason for it. Hopefully you can hear. I haven't seen it yet. Oh, excellent. Aziz saying we can hear you. Let me say hi to everybody and thank you to a few people. Thank you, Chris, first of all. I appreciate the super chat and the little super guy there. That's pretty neat. Ron, thank you. And Gary, thank you as well for the super chats. Always appreciated. And guess what guitar Mark uses today? And it's yours. All right, so yeah, we're going to be doing a bunch of them. Nominally, this is going to be about Stormy Monday today, and we're definitely going to do a lesson. But just to let everybody know, I'm really excited because I'm going to be launching the member area on my website on Tuesday. And if you're a member of if you've on my mailing list, you've already been receiving these emails. And just in today, during all the breaks, I'm going to be showing off what's on the website, just in case there's some people on that are strays. Yeah, I'll be repeating myself a little bit, so I apologize about that. Matt, hello. As always, Matt's the first guy on and saying hi. Nemo Unknown, hello to you in Arizona. Oh, in New Mexico. Ron, 2001 Joe, hello. David Smith, as always, good to see you. Dave Sikora, great chatting with you the other day, Dave. That was awesome. Really enjoyed that. I did not see David Smith asked, did anybody see the Luke interview with Rick Beato? I did not see that. I got to watch it. I don't know. Do I need the kids out of the house? Because I hear his language is really salty. Hey, El Rondo. All right. And Chris, hello. Everybody's doing well here. I hope you're well as well. All right. Mike Marolo, hi. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate the support on the Joy of Guitars. I just don't like negativity on there, and so I was just letting it go. You know, it's all good. It's all no big deal. Mr. Thomas V, have at least one of the guitars hopefully you're happy with today. All right, yeah, we're going to be playing Stormy Sunday. Ron Shack, PRS, no PRS today. David Smith will be playing a little bit of a telly. Yes, no. ES, no. All right. Aziz, hello to you. Let's get going with the Stormy Monday lesson. But first, I'm going to give first I got to fix, it's really crazy the light that's coming in all of a sudden. So I'm going to try and fix the exposure. Let's see if I can lower that exposure. That's better. That's a little better. Okay. Good. On the camera. All right. So let's see. So we're going to do, hey, I had nothing here. We have 6 guitars there. Let's do Stormy Monday on, let's do it on a proper Dwayne guitar. So we'll try that. So we'll try Stormy on that. And we'll get started on that in a second. Oh. I only use one guitar strap down here because I don't trust having a bunch of them on and going from guitar to guitar with them. I don't know why I don't. It's silly. I do want to show you the website very shortly, or the web members area very shortly. So I'll do that in just a minute. But let's start out with the changes to Stormy Monday, and we'll just kind of talk about how you play it. Now, Stormy Monday is one of those slow blues staples of slow blues. Again, with the up and down on the sun outside, it's going to be crazy. So anyway, so the first thing is we're going to talk about the changes. Now, the changes are the ones that the Allman Brothers use, and I'll tell you how I think about the changes as well. And I think that's kind of the key thing. So let's just kind of go over those changes first of all. Nominally, it's a blues in G, correct? So let me take off the... can you all hear that okay? Yeah, strap locks, I get it. I hate strap locks. I don't know why. I hate them, and I hate the Floyd Rose. I just hate that with a passion. It feels like wearing the headgear for my braces when I was younger. It's just like a thing I just hate. I'm not saying it's rational. All right. Hey, Gib. Good to see you. All right. So let's talk about the changes. So nominally it's a blues in G, right? So blues in G would be 3 chords, right? You'd have a G, and it's a majory type of blues. So we'd have a G major or G7 as our 1 chord. Our 4 chord would be a C7 type of thing, right? A C dominant. And our 5 chord would be a D7 type of thing. And in fact, Stormy Monday is like that, but it changes at some point. So it starts out, we've got a regular 12-bar quick blues. It starts out as like a G7. Now we'll talk about the embellishments that the Allmans put in as well, but they're just typical embellishments, and that's how you should think about them. Not as, oh, I need to play a G sharp now. Don't think of it that way. Think of that as just an embellishment that's often usable in the blues. So we're going to start out with a G7 on the first. All right. Second bar is going to a quick blues. We're just going to go to a C dominant. I'm going to choose a C9. All right. And then I'm going to take off. I got a little compression on it. I don't think it needs all that compression. That's a little better. Okay, C9. Then we're going to go back to the G7 for 2 more bars. Now, as I said, the Allman Brothers go do this. Okay, so we're going to go to G7 for 2 bars. So far, standard quick change blues. Then we go to the C dominant for 2 bars. And now everything changes. Everything becomes a little bit more sophisticated. It actually goes to a G major tonality, and the chord changes become changes that are in the G major scale, that are harmonized to the G major scale. So they go G or G7, either one's fine. A minor or A minor 7. I tend to play 7th chords, in fact, folks. B minor. Those are just the 2 and the 3 chords of the harmonized G major scale. And then we're going to transition back to the A minor by playing through A sharp minor. Really pretty, really pretty. And now we're back to A minor. And getting back to our normal blues. This is sort of like the 5 chord. And we walk up to the 5 chord, in fact, from A minor to the D7. And now we're back at the turnaround. G, C9, G. And now the one last wrinkle, which would normally be a standard a D7 or D dominant, but the Allmans played a D augmented chord there, which is kind of a cool thing, right? Kind of a cool sounding chord there. All right, there we go. So there we go. So that's basically the whole thing. So let me play the whole thing, and now I'll put in those little embellishments, or I'll try to put the embellishments on the second time around. So we've got G, C9, G7. C9. Here we go. G, A minor, B minor, minor, B sharp, B flat minor, A minor, D7, G, C, G, D augmented. Now I play that fast, right? Now the other thing that the Allman Brothers did was they used a lot of sixths in their play. So instead of simply playing this, instead of playing simply this, they would play something like this. All right. Yeah, it's a pretty chord, isn't it? Yeah, it's really nice. One of my favorite things is the Stormy changes, and it's great to play over them. And I'll tell you about the solo in just a second, but right now I want to take a little bit of time and show you the membership site, or the membership area, I should say. It's not really a different site, that I'm going to launch on Tuesday. It's coming up Tuesday. So you can access this. You can start to access this by clicking on the. Let me show you in just a. Let me see if I can show you. I keep saying in just a second, but let me see if I can do this. Let's see. I'm afraid I'm going to get this tunnel effect where I'm showing you, showing me, showing you, showing me. You know, like when you used to look into the barbershop mirrors when you were a kid. I don't know, I'm showing my age right now, but you know what I'm saying. There was a mirror on both sides, so you could see yourself looking at yourself, and you see yourself looking at yourself, and it went into infinity. It was so cool. All right. I know it's weird. A lot of good time at barbershops, right? All right. So let's see if I can pull this up here. And yeah. So this is the
off.
All right, so let me see if I can show. This is my live stream of the desktop. Yeah, so this is me showing me, right? So that's, if I let this go, I'd show it. But if I go down to the description of the video, right here, there's a place where you can click on to get on the list, the mailing list, to be able to get the offer when it goes out on Tuesday. The offer will be out on Tuesday if you're interested in, and it also takes you through a couple of the video series that kind of leads up, explains what it's all about, how it came about to design it, and so forth. And you can see you can click on any of these to get on the list, but there's the videos that are there. Just a little tiny plug for what's going on. And when you get to it, it basically will look like this. This is my guitar school, and eventually, you know, you'll click on this if you become a member, and you'll see lots of things, you know, sort of starting with this, the curriculum here. I put a lot of work into helping people navigate and understand where things are, and that's kind of what's up here, you know, when you start out. And let me see if I can get to the, well, yeah, and here are all the included materials, an area where you'll be able to check out and see what's new. Let me just show you that real quickly. Some rock tunes, R&B tunes. I keep going to the wrong screen to try and move things. Blues tunes, and then there's techniques and timing, theory, tone and gear, and there's other free things that there's other things that you get along with the member area. You get all the courses that are basically on my site. So there's courses, there's even some tabs all bundled up. If you hate going to my individual videos for the tabs, they're all here, all in one place. So lots of stuff that I've done to put in work in here and around the navigation. All right, let me just kind of show you, you know, what's in here, just very quickly. There's things that tell you what's new in the month. So if I go to here, here are all the things that are new in each of the different areas. So it helps you navigate and find out, hey, what's new on the site? What are the lessons that have been released lately? And there's a calendar of events as well. Let me see if I can go back. Calendar of events. Not too much happening in March, but this is the idea of like things like when the live streams are coming up, when I'm going to have my office hours so you can ask me one-on-one questions and things like that. So anyway, that's that. And then of course in the, whoops, let me go back to here and the courses. And then of course, you know, if I click on any of these areas right here, this is where the actual meat of the course is right here. So you can see, you know, for example, here's Let It Be. And if I go into one of these right here and I watch the video.
Hey, let's break this down more or less note for note.
Sorry about that. If I go into the video and complete it, then you'll see the percent complete goes up and so forth. So that the next time you kind of come to the next time you come to this, it's showing that this is 10% complete now because I finished a video. So it tracks your progress. It allows you to track your progress, I think, pretty easily, as long as you learn to kind of navigate to the top all the time. It's pretty slick. Anyway, so that's what's there. I won't keep droning on about this right now. Let's go to Stormy Monday and that, and then I can take you some. We can answer some questions about that a little bit later. But I'm really excited because I put a lot of work into it, and I've really made it so that it's not a site about me. It's a site about you. It's a site about people who become members, and they can craft, really shape what they want the site to be, at least in terms of the learning. I've got a lot of ideas that are on there, and I'll maybe show some of those a little bit later. We'll go into some of the techniques and stuff like that that's there. But you know, I'm going to be taking a lot of this seriously in terms of suggestions in a way that I really can't do on YouTube because it's so public. So anyway, let's see. Hey, Luis, good to see you. Great to see you on Luis Angel. Hi, Mark or Angel. All right, thank you. Sonia asks, how often are courses going to be added? They're going to be added monthly, but as you see, there's like more than just one. There's more than one. There's more than one lesson that's added. There's you know, many lessons, but in order to kind of keep it contained a little bit, not make everybody go crazy, like, oh my God, there's so much material. We'll be doing it once a month, and you know, the beauty of it with the membership site is that when a course gets added, if you're a member, you just automatically get it. Whether it's a course on rock, soloing 101, or like the essential R&B course that I have right that, you just get it. So any future courses that I publish, you get. So that's the advantage of doing that. All right. Yeah, Radman, yeah, you're already signed up probably then. If it says you're already signed up, and yeah, the class is going to open on the 9th, which is on Tuesday. So it'll open at my dog's going crazy all of a sudden. My dog apparently likes that. It'll open on I think 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday. So yeah, that's when it is. All right. So let's see. All right. Okay, so thanks Sonia for asking that question. Great question. And let's see. So if there's any other questions that you have on the site, you know, now's a good time to ask about it. And like I say, I'll take a little bit of a tour a little bit later. But let's go now to Stormy Monday. And what I'm going to do is let's just play through some of these changes, okay? So first thing I need to do is get the backing track going. And hopefully it's not too loud. Well, it's not too loud. It might be too quiet. Sounds too quiet to me. So let's crank it a bit. Okay, so let's see. We'll just play through the changes a couple times first. time through the slowness. All right, enough. Thank you. Thank you. Oh man, it's just so fun to just slow jam to that. Like I could do that all day. I just love Stormy Monday, one of my favorites, and haven't done it in a while, as you can tell. I haven't been playing much, and my fingers are all just like really messed up. But sorry for being out of practice there. How many guitars have I got? It's a different one each week. Well, this one is my main, one of my two main axes, right? The this is a Gibson Les Paul, and it's actually a tribute Les Paul, so the purists probably won't love it, but I love it because it's lighter. It's first of all, it's like a studio, so it doesn't have the extra cap on it, so it's lighter. It's not as much wood, and then it's also chambered, so you really feel this. Oh man, when you strike a chord, you know, I just feel it from stem to stern on this guitar. It's great. I just love how it resonates because it's got that chambered body. But this is my number one. So yeah. So Glenn, yeah, too many guitars, but I have too many guitars for sure. And that's actually good for you because, or good for people because when okay, when I start at the site, for people who sign up, there's a guitar giveaway. So you actually win your choice of 4 guitars. I'm going to show you those guitars right now. So, so thank you. Yeah, thanks, Dave. Yeah, there's a lot of like minor and major stuff that's going on that whole time that you want to play around with, and then over this part. Over that is all. Playing minor is really not so great there. It doesn't sound so good. So you know, you heard me do a lot of the. I was using a lot of the BB box, and the BB box is great for doing major minor because if you think about it, like right here. So that's a G major. That's G major, and the BB box is this. And you can just kind of like, you know, bend on that. If I bend, here's my G right here on the B string 8th fret. So the 3rd of G, which is a B, I can bend to. That's a major 3rd. And if I want to bend to a minor 3rd, I just have to bend another half. I just have to bend a half step. So you hear the difference there, right? So it's easy to play around with on this one. And then you can also bend this one up. So it's just really fun to do that. And it's really it's mostly by ear and feel after a while. The augmented is a sharp 5th. So it takes, an augmented chord is a 1, a 3, and a sharp 5, Ron. So an augmented chord sounds like this. I'm going to play a G regular, 1, 3, 5. That's the major. That's a major triad. Let me take off the compressor. Here's a major triad. I think I have too much compression on this pedal, so I'll have to look at that a little bit later. But here's a major, and then I'm going to sharp that 5, moving the D to a D sharp. So Lennon used to use that chord a lot in an interesting way. That's a nice little thing in his song Isolation. It's not a guitar song, it's a piano song, but that's the phrase that he uses. Are those big bends usually going to a root or a third? So they're either going to a third or a fifth, not usually to a root. Not usually to a root. Lydian has a sharp fifth. Yeah, but we're not talking about Lydian. Yeah, a Lydian mode has a sharp fifth, but we're not talking about Lydian for this. I think Ron's question was about an augmented chord. So an augmented triad is constructed by using the 1, 3, and sharp 5. That's what it is. Lydian is a different thing entirely. What would G Lydian be? G Lydian would be playing like a D? Yeah, D major scale, starting at G. So that would be it. That would lift the. No, it'd be the other way. It'd be that. It'd be playing a D major scale over G, right? So if I play. That's going to sound weird. That's the sharp 5. That's the sharp 4, I mean. That's the Lydian sound. And it gives it sort of, I think some people kind of call it Superman, right? So it makes people feel like it has a sound like people are flying. Anyway, there we go. It's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting stuff. All right, so let me show you some of the other guitars that are there. Oh, and I got to also show you a guitar that I'm not giving away that I think is way cool. I'm not giving it away because I can't, okay? This is not. So I forget who the guy was that asked about, oh, does Mark have a different guitar every week? This is literally a different guitar this week. The company Godin, which is a North American company, I think they're centered in Montreal, sent me this for review. And let me see if it's in tune here. Really shouldn't be playing this today. I won't play it too much, but it's a weird looking guitar because it's like this is all a pick guard. If you can, and it even has pick guard on the headstock. I'll show it off in a nice. It has grown on me, but this is, my goodness, one of the most comfortable guitars I've ever played, and just sounds great. So maybe I'll demo that. It's gonna be tough to demo it a little bit today, but this is the one that's not. But how exciting is that? Like, I get a good guitar to review, like a really good guitar. This is an awesome guitar to review instead of the usual, so let's just say lower end. Sometimes it's pretty good. But it's usually lower end. So that, unfortunately, I can't give away. But here are the guitars if you're the lucky winner, that you would get to choose from. So this is my trusty Squier Affinity Telly. I actually really love this guitar. It's great playing guitar. We'll play through that a little bit later. And so there's that. There's this Harley Benton Strat. I think I played before on this channel. I really like this one too. It's a really super comfortable neck. I think it sounds pretty good. So, and it feels great too. It's a Strat, so it's going to feel great on your body and all this kind of stuff. I mean, Strats are probably one of the most comfortable guitars ever made. Even though I generally don't love Strats, I gotta say that I love that about them. So there's this. This is a pretty nice guitar, and you can see reviews and other live streams I've done for this. That's pretty sweet, right? And let's see, the third one. The third one is this. If you're into surf green, this is a cool looking guitar. Check out that binding. I think that's pretty neat. I reviewed this a while back. The Donner Company sent this to me for review. I did a review on it, but I'm giving this one away. You could choose this one. This is kind of like a Epiphone Les Paul Special, and the only thing that I really didn't like about this was the shipping. They didn't do a good job with the shipping, but the guitar itself was in really good shape. It's got a maple neck, which is different. It's usually a mahogany neck on the Epiphones. It's a bolt-on, you know, but it's got some pretty hot pickups, and I really like the looks of it. It's really kind of neat. Good profile on the neck. The only thing that was bad were it had pretty sharp fret ends, but I've sanded those off for whoever wants this. So now it feels great. But yeah, this one. And then, oh, and then this one. So this is a Harley Benton Les Paul style and silver sparkle. And this is pretty sweet guitar too. This one I have to say, though, is a boat anchor. This is 9.2 pounds. So play this one sitting down. Right, but it's supposed to be weight relieved, which makes me think, what the heck are the normal ones? What do they weigh? 12 pounds? But anyway, this is weight relieved at 9.2 pounds. But pretty cool, pretty cool. Yeah, but I have to tell you, I am really excited about the Godin. That is quite a guitar. So I'm really happy looking at it. I can see, it's got different stylings. The fact that it's got a pick guard all over the place. It's also chambered, so that one you really feel it resonate. But the pickguard styling is probably not going to be for everybody. Hey, John, good to see you. Good to see you. So anyway, yeah, this is a beauty. This is a beauty. A lot of them are. So let's see. Let's do a little. I'll tell you what. Let's talk a little bit about the Stormy Monday improv on this. And how I approached it. It's not really that complex. And a lot of it, honestly, is by ear. At least it is now. And I think, at least for me, that's where I want to be, is more and more playing fewer notes and playing the notes by ear and playing fewer stock licks and stuff like that. Do I do all my own setups? Lenny G asked, do I do all my own setups and mods? I don't do all my mods. I do some. And I do most of the setup work. If it's really serious fret work, like I'm not going to replace frets. I don't put frets into fretboards. That's beyond my capabilities. I might fix one or two. I've done a fret leveling before, but I generally try and fix maybe one or two, and I'll fix fret ends and things like that. I set up the truss rod. I'll slot the nut if I have to, and certainly do the setups of the tremolos and the bridges and stuff like that. But so that's most things. Most guitars can be set up pretty well by making sure the nut is slotted correctly, the truss rod is set the way you like it with the right neck relief, and then that the action set up from the bridge, the tremolo, whatever that is. So I can do most of those. So all these have been set up by me, or in the case of the Donner guitar, shockingly, and this one, the setup was so good I didn't touch it at all. I mean, it was exactly the way that I liked it. It was set up amazingly well, and I'll tell you, with most of the guitars, and I don't care whether it's an American company who's selling it, but if they're being built over in Asia, by the time they get to the United States, and the Northeast United States, as you know, it's freezing here right now, the setup is probably going to be a little out of whack. It's just kind of a fact of the weather and the fact that you're buying a guitar where, they haven't dried it forever, and they haven't spent a long time putting it together. It hasn't been stabilized completely in a lot of the cases. So it's going to move a little bit, and you should expect to have to set it up, and that's just kind of a reality. So when I got the Donner guitar, and let me tell you, I mean, they delivered it. The package was left in the snow. It's interesting. If you watch the video, you can see the package was left in the snow. It was damaged. And I don't know if I blame Amazon or Donner for that. I have no idea. But I mentioned the setup was actually really good. I just picked up the guitar and played. Whereas, oh my God, some of the Glaries that I've gotten, the setup has been so bad. The nuts needed to be reslotted. The truss rod was way out. I had to shim the necks, and even then, it didn't play great. Um, I'm not. I'm just not a fan of those Glaries. 85 bucks is just not enough to pay for a guitar. I think that's just my opinion. Like if you're paying that much, they're cutting so many corners. I don't know. But anyway, it is what it is. All right. So let's talk about the Stormy Monday changes, if you will. And I think it's a little bit dark for this guitar. Let me see if I can change the exposure on the camera just a little bit. That's maybe too much. All right, well, let's try this. And then let's try this. There we go. It's interesting. I bought a curtain for that, and it just is not enough. So I've got to control that light a little bit more. Well, what can I say? All right, so let's talk about the changes to Stormy Monday and how you'd solo over this. So the changes, as we talked about before, were pretty straightforward until you get to that ascension up on the G scale. And in fact, when you're playing like over the G to the quick change, that kind of stuff, the G blues scale just works great, or G minor pentatonic. It's going to be fine. Now you can always play around with a major pentatonic a little bit, or use a G Mixolydian scale. It's going to be fine. And there are some other things that you can do there. But the minor pentatonic sounds great. And when I have students that I'm teaching and I'm trying to get to do Stormy Monday, I urge them to do that for that part. The reason why I like Stormy Monday is because it does require you to think about strange changes all of a sudden. So in the beginning part where we're playing that part, you can do minor pentatonic licks. You can do all that stuff, and it sounds great over that. But when you start going over this, and here comes the sun again, and it's bright. What was that in The Simpsons? For ages, man has dreamed of destroying the sun. I'm not going that far, but sometimes it drives me a little bit nuts. In the winter, we've got all the snow outside, and it's just reflected all over. Anyway, okay. So when it starts going on this, if you start playing that minor pentatonic until you come back to that A minor, it's going to sound not so great, especially over this B minor chord. You see how this if I'm playing the minor pentatonic, I've got a B flat there, right? And so when I'm playing this B minor, that really clashes. Listen. I'll see if I can play it. Sounds bad, right? So you've got to be a little bit careful over that. So one way to do that is simply because you're playing chords that are harmonized in G major, right? The one chord's a G, it's a major. The two chords a minor, it's an A minor. The three chords a B minor. It's kind of like Nashville number system, right? So if you don't know that, that's one thing that's in the membership course. We talk about cycle of fifths. We talk about harmonized major scales. We're talking about the number system. So anyway, get back to the regularly scheduled program. What's going on there is that you should probably emphasize either the chords. You're going to always emphasize the chord changes, by the way, always. So if you play chord tones, that's always going to sound good. But if you want to think about scales, the G major scale sounds really good. So, or you could go to a G major pentatonic. I don't like that as much, but it works. So let me show you. I'll just play the scales over this, and then I'll try playing the chords over those changes, and you'll see it's an interesting thing to do. It's not. Let me see if I can get it at the start here. Okay, just so this is a minor pentatonic. Not very interesting, right? Now here, we're going to the 4 chord, minor pentatonic still. Now we're going to that major thing. See, it works okay, but it doesn't really follow much. And it doesn't feel like you're synced in with the rest of it. Now I'll go to the G major pentatonic overdose, and you'll see it's a big difference. Here we go. Let's do it again. So starting out minor pentatonic. Simple. Now major pentatonic. Now we can go back to the minor pentatonic if we wish, or stay in the major pentatonic. Now we're back in minor pentatonic land. And there we go. So, you know, it's just a question of kind of getting the feel of that. Now, this time I'm just going to play the very deliberate chords over that sophisticated part. We'll call it the sophisticated part. I'll just play basically the chords, and we'll try that. Try it going around now. Here we go. Starting out with a minor pentatonic, right? Try it up here. Messed up there. Let's try it again. I got too carried away. I was trying to play instead of give a lesson there. Let's try this again. Sorry about that. All right, we'll try it again. Diminished run in there. All I'm doing there is playing the chords. And you can see those notes are all good. You know, all I'm doing is playing the chord tones out of G major, A minor, B minor, B flat minor. This time I'm literally going to just play the chord tones, okay? I won't try and be fancy at all. All chord tones. Again, I missed the chord tones there. I was just going to play chords, right? Jeez. Let me try one more time. I just get carried away. I just love the song so much. All right, let's do this time. Promise. Here we go. G. It kicked into that high gear. I don't like it there. Here we go. G. right. So there we go. So I don't know. I mean, that's the main thing. I think you have options. The more that you learn how to play chord tones, and the more you can see chords. At least this has been my experience. The more I have been able to learn to see chords, the easier soloing becomes for me because I always have an anchor that I can always go to. I can always find a tone that I want to end my line on, no matter how badly it begins. I know, I know I can find a good chord tone at the very end. I don't always make it. I sometimes put myself out on a limb and I miss. That's okay. I'm a human being. I accept that about myself. I'm not. Even Jeff Beck misses, and I'm not Jeff Beck, so I'm gonna miss more than that. I'm no Pat Metheny, right? But if I know at the end I'm gonna hit a chord tone out of the G, and I can see that, and I can see, and I can see, and I can see, I can see all those notes. All those are G's. Then any of those notes are fair game to end on, and they're gonna sound good if I'm trying to end up on a chord that's like, here's my G. And it just frees up, like, oh, what's the pattern that I'm trying to hit? And do I remember my patterns all over the neck? No, I'm just going to play comfortably out of chords. And I know my scales, I know them decently. I know my major scales and pentatonic scales and stuff like that. But anyway, that's how I think about it. So now you have some insight into that. Hopefully that was helpful and interesting. All right. Let me do another improv, and this time I'm going to use a different guitar. So this is a nice guitar, I like it. But let's use the telly, okay? Let's use the telly. We'll do a little improv, and then we'll take a little look at the site again. Again, I want to thank you all for coming. And hey, I haven't told you this before. But if you haven't yet liked the video, as long as you feel like it's not terrible, please, why don't you go ahead and click the like. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to the video and the YouTube algorithms and stuff like that. And it's free. It's super easy for you to do. So if you like it, go ahead and hit that. If you want to click the dislike out of spite, I can't stop you. It is what it is. But or if you just want to say, screw you, man, I don't care about that. But it doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me out a lot. So I'd appreciate it if you did that. And yeah, now we'll just play this. Let me see if I'm in tune. I got to check to make sure I'm in tune. It feels in tune, but we'll play using this telly so you can hear how this sounds over this today. So let's see, what do we want to do? You guys want more blues? Oh, hi, Angel. When you do a lesson, will the tabs be typed out in PDF format? So it depends. Sometimes there's no tab. Sometimes there's tab, and it's available in PDF and Guitar Pro. And sometimes it's on the site. I'm going to try and keep them all in Guitar Pro /PDF. So it depends on what format you like. A lot of people, it's much easier in Guitar Pro, or for those of you who use Tux Guitar, that's the program that I use. You can save them in Guitar Pro format and then put them on there. So yeah, so there's that. I liked it, but people hella critical about music. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's right, David. That's right, Dave Smith. People make mistakes. You know what? That's what improvisation is supposed to be. What happens, at least partly, in the moment. You can prepare for it, but I don't know if those of you who are like into jazz. I'm not that much into jazz. I'm into it a little bit, but I much prefer Wes Montgomery and Kenny Burrell to now I can't even remember the guy's name. He's a great player. Oh. Anyway, I'm not even going to say it. I'll say Jimmy Rainey, although Jimmy Rainey's a great player. Johnny Smith. So Johnny Smith just died a while back. He was an unbelievable chord style player. I love his slower things, but his improvisations seemed very cold to me. He never hit a wrong note. It was always there, and that's improv, Those are people who are working everything. They're not working everything out. Am I using the Black Star app? Today I'm using a Black Star IDTVP. I think it's 15 watt. Doesn't sound too bad. It was a little flat there. Mostly okay. Okay, what do you guys want? Yeah, Bertrand says it's not in terms for everybody. In terms of, I'll get to showing that go down radiator again. I really love that guitar. The looks. Yeah, I think a lot of people when I saw it at first, I was like, really? But it's grown on me. I really enjoy the looks, and the comfort is just out of this world. Just great. I'm going to do a review on that very shortly. But let's see. What do you say? The blues. Let's do a little more blues. Yeah, let's do a little more blues. This is the rumba blues. All right. That was pretty fun. Okay. That was a lot of fun. This is a fun guitar, I have to say. This is not an expensive guitar, but this from the get-go was a lot of fun to play. I've had this now for a couple of years, and I dig the color. My daughter picked it out for me, and I wanted a cheap telly, and this fit the bill. I never got around to changing the pickups and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, it's a fun guitar. So that's a cool one. Key to the Highway. Hey, Lenny, we'll do that sometime. Yeah, we'll do it sometime. I don't have the track this time for it, but we'll definitely do that, okay? Definitely do that. I love that song, and we'll do that. Okay, so let me put this back now. And we'll pick up the Harley Benton Strat. Actually, let me pick up the Godin again. I just love this thing. And yeah, so here's as Bertrand was saying, the looks aren't for everyone, right? This is all pick guard. So this is like a pick guard design to the extreme, and there's a reason for it. There's a good reason for the design, but like I said, this is like almost, it's less than 7 pounds. So, and it's perfectly balanced. So as it tips, but that's just me kind of being crazy. This neck feels as good as any neck as I've played, and like the fretboard's so rounded, it's sickening. Tuners are really nice. Anyway, but check that out. It's like maximal pick guard. It even has a pick guard on the top of the guitar. I don't think it needs it there, right? But it has it. And then of course in the back, there's that nice little rounded stuff. So I am really excited to be able to review this shortly. Anyway, good stuff. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, so let me show you this. I'm going to take a little bit of time for people who have come late. I just wanted to let everybody know I'm actually releasing I'm launching a member area on my website. It's actually Teachable, but it's a website basically. And I normally had courses that were there. You know, you could buy courses on rock guitar or R&B guitar and stuff like that. And I just thought, let me just make a membership where we'll constantly, every month, we'll be having different lessons, and you can learn at your own pace. And at the same time, I will allow for I'll have one-on-one sessions, or not one-on-one sessions, but office hours where you can log on and ask me a question directly to me with your voice, with me hearing you and me responding, and just like a one-on-one lesson might be, or similar to that. And then also private live streams as well, not private, but for the group members. So and it's going to be much more responsive than other things. And for the launch, not only do I have special pricings, but I have giveaways. And this is one of the guitars that you could choose from. I've shown already the 4 guitars that you could choose from earlier in the video if you want to go back to that. But here is one of them. If you're into Strats, this is it's a copy. It's a Harley Benton, but it's a nice one. So I'm going to play this one over the next one. I will take a little bit of time just to show the, let me see if I can get to the website again. Let me get that all set. And what I'm having trouble with when I demo this, and I have to remember this whenever I demo on this, I'm going to have to fix this, is that the monitor that I'm using is much lower resolution. So I'm being surprised by, oh, geez, this is harder to navigate than I thought it was. But anyway, the first thing I wanted to show everybody is this. Okay, well, that wasn't good. I don't know what happened there. Let's try that again. Oh, I know. Let's try this. There we go. That's a little bit better. So this is my video. This is what you're watching right now. You can see it looks like Swanky Futon. Funny name. Just made a comment. It ain't the arrow, it's the Indian, as long as it holds its tune. Okay, there you go. Yeah, there you go. So, oh, somebody just liked this. I'm offended. Whatever. Anyway, here I've got the membership that's going live on Tuesday, so you can click on that. And if you haven't yet signed up, if you're already getting tabs and free stuff from me, you're already on the list, and you've already been receiving the the prelims, which is all about the joy of guitar and stuff like that, and all about how basically how I started when I was in my 40s, came back to guitar, and I wasn't making progress, and how I found to make progress again. And then it goes through what my system is. So if you click on this link right here, you end up getting to this website right here, or this web page, and it'll take you through 3 videos where I talk about the joy of guitar, basically what motivated me to build this member site, and what the member site is really kind of all about, and give you a free lesson there in the middle anyway. All right, and you can get on the list by clicking any of these. If you're already getting free tabs from me, you're already on the list, so it may be a little confusing. But if you're not on the list, the benefit is you click on this. Even if you don't want to get the free offer, you can get the free tabs, and there you go. So let me show you a little bit around what the member site does look like, because as I said, there's lots of things. It's like you get all my courses plus. So you get all the courses that I offer on the site. Here we go. So you get all the courses that I offer on the site. There's the membership. You get the rock tunes. You get classic R&B essentials and stuff. And you get some of the other courses that are there, but they're bundled in a different way. But the beauty is that every month when I add courses or when I add lessons, you get more and more each month. Now this is the main site. When you click on it, you get to this, and you can see that there's some welcome videos and what do you get in the membership and stuff, and what's the 5T, and a little self-assessment you can do to see where you should start and what your weak areas might be, what your strong areas might be. And then here are all the courses that are included. Now there's because these can be pretty confusing. I do understand that these things can be pretty confusing, because you're like, well, geez, there's members, there's rock tunes, there's R&B tunes, there's blues tunes, there's technique, there's timing, there's theory, there's tone, there's my free stuff, big deal. There's this R&B, there's electric blues for the beginner, there's the old tabs, there's the new tabs. It's all there, and you can download. Where do I start? Well, you can start by clicking on this and saying what's new. So if you click on here, you get basically with one click you get to see what's new this month on the site. And if you can see there, you see in timing there's a video on blues versus rock timing. On tone, there's the essential pedals that you need. On technique, I talk about hybrid picking this month. In theory, I introduce arpeggios, and we talk about major arpeggios in closed form. And then for tunes, I've added Let It Be, Up Around the Bend, Mississippi Queen, Back in Black, Born Under a Bad Sign, Dock of the Bay, and Midnight Hour. And these are the new courses that are available. So all this stuff is new. And the next month, it'll be different things. So when you check the boxes on this, you'll be able to do that. There's also a calendar of events. This is a little bit hard to read, I get it, but if you, it's a downloadable PDF, so you can download this and print it if you want. And this month there's not too much. There's just a one session of office hours and a private live stream. And then there's a suggestion box for what if I want to leave, what if I have my own ideas, like I'd really like to see not closed form arpeggios, but I want to see some open form arpeggios, or I want to see a course on how to play lead guitar. That's what I want to see. You can write it right in here, and I guarantee I will respond to it. I may not do it, or I may not do it right away, but I take these sorts of things more seriously, and I can deal with this in a way that I can't deal with requests on YouTube. So on requests on YouTube, sometimes somebody will request something that's so obscure that I can't do it. Or it would take me so long that I can't do it. But on a member site, that it gets a different consideration, because it's essentially already, I don't have to worry about clicks and likes and stuff like that. So not to be too vain about it all, but let's be honest about it. If YouTubers who are on YouTube don't care about clicks and likes, they're lying to you. So on the member site, what I really care about and what I really started this for was really because I love teaching, and those of you who are my private students know this. I love when people make progress. I love being able to do that, and it's teaching is as much about the student as it is about the teacher, and so this is one of the ways I can do that. Let me show you then some of the other courses. Like what's really nice is you can track everything too. So if we go, let me go back to here and the courses. You can see that, like, for example, I've done 10% of the rock tunes. If I go into this, that means that I have stuff that I can still do. Like if I go into here, here's Let It Be, right? So if I click on this first video, and there's me when I had a smaller beard. And anyway, I'm using another cool guitar. I don't know, I have way too many guitars. But maybe I watch this video, I listen to the performance, and then I'm done with it. I can click complete here. You see up here I'm clicking complete. And when I complete that, I go to the next video.
All right, let's do the...
And let's just say I wanted to do that video too, and I watched it and I completed it. Then I would go back, and you can see what's happened over here is I went from 10 to 12%. So when I get out of this again, oops, I keep clicking on the wrong thing. When I get out of this again and I go back here, now this says 12% instead of 10%. So it's tracking my progress as I go through. So, and then let me show you kind of what the site is here. So on technique, for example, this month's is on hybrid picking, and you can see that if I look at as a something is going on here. There we go. I think I'm seeing it as an admin here. So you can see all the things that I've got planned that are coming that are just drafted up, and they'll be published. But again, your suggestions are going to drive a lot of these things. You can see where we're going on picking, and this is just for the next few months. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to be there, but you'll be able to navigate it. I put a lot of thought in how to navigate and get around so you hopefully don't get lost. Realizing that computers and stuff like websites are always confusing, so trying to not confuse that way. Technology is not my forte for sure, but organization kind of is, so hopefully that comes out. Anyway, so I'm pretty excited about it, and I hope some of you are. It's not going to be for everybody, you know, I get that, totally get that, but let's go back to this. I totally get that it's not going to be for everybody. Why would it be? Thank you, Lenny. I appreciate it. Okay. Hey, Mike, thanks a lot. I appreciate it, Mike Morello. Really appreciate it. And Lenny, thanks for the comments. Really do. Let me stop and see if I can answer any questions. William De Silva loves the telly, I think. Great. That's great. Swanky futon. That's really awesome. I like that. Some store the pickup there too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. El Rondo will take the Godin. Yes, I know. We already went through that, El Rondo. On a different site. All right. Awesome. Thanks, Chris. I really appreciate it. And Oscar. Thank you, Oscar. It's great to see you as well. Let's see. We've got a few people on. Oh, Street Bright. I haven't said hello to you. Yes, learning's not always linear. Hey, look, and I on the I'll share with you something personal. On the Joy of Guitar, I posted something, and somebody was pretty critical of it in a not very nice way. But that's okay. That's I'm a big boy. I can take that. But it pointed out some things that I think I can grow in, and so, you know, having an idea of where to pinpoint what you want to work on, and then how to put that into practice, so that you not only let's say it's theory or something like that. Let's say you're weak on theory. You don't know the notes on the fretboard. So that might be something that you learn, and then you need something to be able to practice it because it's just intellectual information. If somebody says, well, this note right here, it helps if you plug in, doesn't it? It helps if you plug in. So if somebody says this note right here is an F, that's great, but if you can't find it in a song, you're playing your song, you're going from G to F, and you go, and you think this is an F, or you have to say, well, wait, where's the F? Oh, it's not this because that's an E. Oh, that must be an F. The song already went by you. So, you have to be able to put that into practice. So hopefully this is a good blend of giving the theory and the time and lessons on timing. A lot of students that I've had in the past have issues with the timing or getting good tone or things like that. And there's usually one thing that's holding them back. And if you can bring that up a little bit, that helps. So anyway, that's the idea. And then you're able to put it into practice in either a rock tune, a blues tune, or an R&B tune. That's the idea of the membership. That's the idea of the site. And the membership is a little more than that because the idea is really a community in that. Alrighty, there we go. So Angel is using what amp? That was a while ago. All right, there we go. Learning every note on the fretboard is essential. Absolutely. Right. All right, let's see if we can do something with this Strat. Mr. Thomas V, I'm going to try and do something with a Strat for you. I don't know if you're still on, but let's see. What do I want to do? Oh, let's get a little bit ethereal. How about that? Nah, I want a little more of sustain. Yeah, it's okay. Let's try this. Let's see how it goes. Where is the ethereal jam? There we go. Okay, let's get the gotta tune it. Whilst I tune, have a listen to the beautiful music. right, it's a little bit of a "Can't You See" sound, right? Like who's that? Marshall Tucker. It feels a little bit like that, but a little bit more dramatic or something. All right. Anyway, so if you like the sound of that, both the Strat, I tried to play both on the neck pickup and the bridge pickup on that with a little clean and with a little distorted sound. You know, here's the neck pickup. Sounds pretty darn good to me. It's a nice little Strat copy, I have to say. All right, so let me take any more questions. We're about an hour and a half into this, and got a little more to go, but what the heck? I'll take any questions you got. Glad you're digging it, man. I got one more, or maybe two more improvs left in me today or this afternoon. My fingers are starting to hurt a little bit, but and I got a lot of work to do tonight. Seeing that the launch is on Tuesday, but yeah, a lot of stuff to do. I'll put this back, and we'll get out the green guitar so you can hear that a little bit as well. So yeah, let me do that. Before we do, I want to just take out this Godin again. I'm not trying to tease El Rondo, but I'm just really tickled pink that I'm starting to get that the company Godin has been gracious enough to send me this guitar for review. Now I'm going to review it sometime, hopefully pretty soon. I've got to work on the storyboard and all that and the review itself, but put the review together. But it's a pretty neat guitar. Now it's a different design. It's not going to be for everybody. This is a pick guard, right? I've never seen any more in the what is the in Spinal Tap they say how much blacker could the album be, and the answer is none blacker. They have a totally black cover of an album. How much more pick guard can this have? And the answer is none. This is like maximal pick guard. Even has it on the headstock. Now it's not going to be for everybody. This also comes in if you want this to be a perloid on black, I think, and they also have it black on black. So nice looking guitars. This has grown on me. I do like the cream, and you can see that this is a very comfortable guitar for a Les Paul. Very light, around 7 pounds, I'd say, and it's chambered. So I can really feel it when I hit it. Anyway, more to say on the review, but I'm tickled pink that I've got a great guitar to review. And so let's go to the green guitar now. Now this was a Donner. And this is another guitar that's in the giveaway. Now, would this ever be my number one guitar? No. Let me just be blunt. The answer is no. You know, it's not a Gibson ES335. It's not a Gibson Les Paul. It probably is an Epiphone Les Paul Special. This retails around $170, something like that, with a gig bag. And I just reviewed this last week or a week and a half ago, something like that. I really dig the color, and the binding's pretty cool too. Finish is actually good. Maple neck in the back. So, you know, it's a decent guitar. Plays pretty well. And for me, that's always the main thing, because if I love a guitar, then I can always put different pickups in it. And the pickups will essentially help it to sound decent anyway, and so forth. But this, unlike some of the guitars I've had recently that were given to me, I'll be blunt here, particularly the Glaries. Those guitars took a tremendous amount of setup just to get them to be playable. I mean, seriously, I had to shim on one of them. I had to shim the neck and do work on the nut of the guitar. So, you know, that's kind of crazy, right? I would never want a guitar where I have to have it taken. I mean, you'd take it to a professional. But this one, the nut is actually cut pretty darn well. Setup is good. Feels pretty good. It did have very sharp fret ends, but I've taken care of that for whoever this ends up getting to. But this is one of the giveaways. The other choices have been elsewhere in the video. Harley Benton Les Paul, Harley Benton Strat, Squire Telly, and this one. The Squire Telly is that orange one that I've had for a couple of years. You can see all the others on other videos as well as this one. The Donner is just a review video. So, in fact, the Harley Benton Strat, Mr. Thomas V, plug your ears for a second. The Harley Benton Strat, I did a comparison video with my Fender American Standard Strat that I got in. I didn't get it. It was given to me recently. I had to pay for it, but it was more or less given to me recently. But it's from 2011. A lot of people said they preferred the sound of the Harley Benton. It's no joke. It's a good copy. Ah, there it is. All right. Okay, so let's see how this does on an improv. What do I want to do? Another bluesy sort of thing? Yeah, let's do another bluesy sort of thing. And let me see who's still on. There's probably not as many people on right now. Let's see what's going on. Viewer activity. Yeah, we've got about 40 people on. That's enough. That's enough. So we'll do this, and I think maybe we'll wrap it up then after that. So let's see. Let's do a little bluesy thing and see how it goes. This or this. Oh, let's try. This will be interesting. All right. This is going to be taxing my brain because I haven't practiced this one, and it's modulating keys all over the place, and I'm playing it on this guitar, okay? So this is like, I'm not all that familiar, so it's going to tax, is this guitar playable? So let's see what happens. All right. And then maybe we'll end it by doing a regular blues. But this one will be let's see how this goes. Wow. I don't know. Maybe that's a good one to end it up with. Let's do a regular blues, yeah? Let's do a regular blues. Yeah, let's do a regular blues. This is kind of like Stormy, but less complicated, I think. Not so good. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, there we go. Oh, thank you. Oh my God, sounds like Larry Carlton. Yikes! Thank you. I'll take that, 100%. Yes, the magical, always out of tune G string. You know, I've always got to bend that a little bit, but I'll chalk this up to at least fairly new strings. Well, there we go. There we go. So that's how this guitar sounds, both clean and with a little distortion. These are definitely hotter pickups. Now, hot to me is not always good. I like more vintage sounding things, but if you're into hot pickups or you play more rock than blues, and you like the, I don't know, you like the 80s more than you like the 70s music, I don't know what the answer is. This might be a better choice. Anyway, this is the fourth of the guitars, so now we've gone through all of them. And yeah, so I'm just going to sit here. I'll answer a couple more questions. I want to remind everybody that the web area, the members web area, is going live on Tuesday at 12 noon. You can click on, there's a link in the description. It'll take you to getting on the mailing list. You may already be on it, so don't be confused if it says you're already on it. That means you've already been getting the emails. And on Tuesday, you will get an offer. And it'll tell you what the deal is and what you get for it. But I've already talked a little bit about what it is and shown you a couple of times, so that's throughout. And yeah, so it's not just the members area, and I want to make this clear. It's not just the members area. It's the private. It's the private live streams. It's the office hours. I'm calling them office hours because I used to be a teacher. And where you can basically ask me one-on-one questions, first come, first serve. And we're going to be doing that. And suggestion box, I think I showed you that. So you're going to be part of, if you choose to, if you want to, you could be part of the future of what this becomes and what the lessons actually are. And yeah, there's also going to be another private Facebook community where people can talk about things that are relevant to guitar or whatever. Remember, there's the areas that I talked about on there were tone, timing, theory, and techniques. So all of that, and then it's rounded out by tunes. But plus, you also get any of the courses that I build. That's all included in membership. So anyway, I'm not going to try and sell anymore. I'm sick of it. I'm not going to try and sell anymore today. If you like it, if you're interested, you'll click on the link. And if you're not, you won't, and that's that. And you can just enjoy the improv that I'm going to do as I go out. But before I do that, I am going to, I'm going to do one more improv, but I'll take your questions as I put this away. So El Rondo says they lack a certain something. Yeah, well, they're ceramic, I think. And I'm pretty sure they're ceramic pickups. And so I hate the term warmth. I don't think all Nikos are warmer. I think they're snappier. I think they're brighter, actually. But I don't hate the term warmth. What am I talking about? I like the term warmth, but I think that that's misguided when it comes to pickups. I think ceramics are actually warmer tones, but they do lack something. There's like a clarity or a richness that you get that you're not getting in this. But you can overdrive. You get very strong overdrive. If you're into gain, this is maybe your beast. All right. So there we go. And then let's see. I've got Les Paul out. I've got Les Paul out for the final improv. But a bit more on a slide to the ninth on the Stormy. You're very welcome, Ron. And thank you, and thank El Rondo. I gave a tip of the hat while I was soloing there, but thank you for the super chat. as always, super chats and stuff like that are always appreciated because, you know, I spend a lot of time putting these live streams together. Today is a bit of a sale anyway, but you're getting lots of improv, so there you go. All right. So we'll do one more. And which guitar do you guys want me to use for the last one? Yeah, I think that's right, Finderman. Alnico Bright Ceramic Dark. For the last improv, which guitar do you want? So we've got this. We've got the, I guess I could offer the Godin. We've got the Harley Benton Les Paul, the Harley Benton Strat, the Tele, and the Green Surf guitar. So those are the guitars we can choose from. So let me know which one you want on the last improv. It's going to be a little bit of a... I'm not going to be using a lot of gain, I'll put it that way. All right, I'll just use the Les Paul if there are no more questions. And thank you, Chris. Loud applause. I like that. It's fun. All right, here we go. Here's the last thing, and I will just urge everybody, if you're interested, please click on the link that'll get you to the member site or on the mailing list. The member site will be live on Tuesday, and love to have you in. It would be great. And yeah, love to have you as a member. It's not it's not like Groucho used to say he would never join a club that would have him as a member. You are valued. Okay. That's one of my favorite lines of Groucho's. But it doesn't apply here. All right. All right, so let's take it out. We're going to do a little bluesy number. Thank you so much for sharing your Sunday with me. I appreciate you being on. Thanks for all the super chats. That's always appreciated. And we'll see you next Sunday or sooner. Okay. Take care, and I'm going to take us out with a little improv. Okay, here we go. Should have tuned it first. There we go. Start now. right, gang. Anyway, nice and fun to play that sort of thing. Maybe not the greatest to play on a Les Paul. Might be better on a 335. But whatever. Enjoy your Sunday. This one's just chilling me out a little bit too much. I think I need to take a nap after this. Maybe just go walk out in the sunshine. Enjoy the day. Okay, thank you all for sticking with me today, and I will see you later. Okay, thank you so much. See you, Nemo Unknown. See you, Street Bright. See you, Gary. See you, Chris, Rich, Zabel. Welcome, and see you hopefully next time. Rondo, Fenderman, Ron, Shaq. Always great to see all of you, and glad you love Groucho. One of my favorites as well. Watch that all the time. David Smith, as always, great to see on. Lenny G, great to have you. And so many others. Angel, it's great to have you on as well. I will see you all later. We'll see you next Sunday. Okay, take care. I gotta find the stop button.